Well, I weren't expecting to be doing an update so soon, but we've booked a 7-day all-inclusive trip to Marrakech. It's a really urgent one. I've got to get this out because we've booked it for the 24th to the 31st of March this year to get a little bit of a warm weather golf break before the start of the golf season, and you're all invited. So it's 7 days all-inclusive with 5 rounds of golf, and from when you land, pretty much everything's taken care of. Transport to hotel, transport to golf. I'll be hosting you. So I'll make a bit of a sort of itinerary for breakfast, evening meals, I'll check the a la carte restaurants out and where we can dine. And obviously if you're travelling with a friend, it's optional, so you can go and do your own thing. I'd never want to dictate what you do on holiday if you want to have a, go and try somewhere different. But yeah, you're all invited. And I know there'll be some people from across the other side of the world that might not be able to make this one, but start to have a think about, where might be a good destination for you guys to sort of pair up with us from UK, because this won't be the last golf trip, this will be the first of many, because I think if I'm going to be creating full-time, content through the season, I'm going to need to do more warm weather breaks through winter, because I've obviously first year not been prepared for this winter. And it's tough, I'm doing a lot of indoor videos at the minute, which I know doesn't sit well with the audience, but, we're trying to keep the content, moving and cover some interesting topics. But I would prefer to be out playing golf. I'm not going to lie, I think that week that I had out in Portugal and Turkey, it really got my, taste buds for golf again. And I hate that we've had to put brakes on, because I felt like we're making some really good progress. But right, let's have a look at this holiday then. Oh, by the way, before we move any further, people's mentioned about it being pretty echoey in this room. It'll probably be one of the last videos you see in this room, because I'm just making a little bit of an office upstairs where I'll soundproof it a little bit so we get a little bit less echo. You'll notice as well I'm wearing, I don't know what you quite call this, but it's definitely helping me breathe a lot better. And I'm off to the gym, so I've just put this on. And do you know what? I potentially might end up playing with this, because I feel so much better in myself. I've always had a bit of like restricted breathing, and I've only had it on a couple of hours, and I just feel like I've come alive. So let's have a look at where we're going to be playing then. I might not be able to pronounce these very well, but I've been on TripAdvisor. I've done a little bit of research. The first round we're going to be playing, and I've got us really sociable tea time, so I've got between sort of like 10:30 and 12 o'clock. So whether you're someone who likes to have a drink, or you like to have your breakfast and a bit of a gym session in the morning, there's a bit of time to do things at both sides of the day. So Assoufid Golf Club, these are all championship golf clubs. They're all cost around 100 Great British pounds if you were to go and play them. I've had a look at buggy prices as well. I know a few people on Facebook had asked about how much cost of buggies are. They're not too bad. They're looking at 30 to 40 pounds, which obviously if you're splitting with someone's pretty reasonably priced. We're then playing Royal Marrakech, again another championship golf course. Buggies, under sort of £40, and we've got basically £500 for golf throughout the week, because they're all £100 around. So if you factor that in, that 700's for 7 nights all inclusive with transfers, I don't think it's too bad. And obviously I'll be doing some coaching as well. I'm going to stick some group coaching sessions on for you guys, and playing with everybody as well, obviously out on course. And if you've got any questions or advice, I'll be there to help you. We're then going to play Noria, which is a bit of a weird one. I don't know if you've seen this one online. They seem to like squares. Everything's square. Greens are pretty square. They've got like some lakes that are square, and tee boxes really square. So I'm not quite sure what's inspired that, but yeah, it's definitely an interesting one, and I think we'll get some great photos there. We then go to Samanah, and we finish at Maaden. So we've got 5 rounds of golf, and yeah, I'm looking forward to travelling to Morocco. I think, I've not heard of many of my friends that have travelled to Morocco in the UK, but I have heard it's a fantastic destination for golf. And if you look at the backdrops at these golf courses, obviously it looks like there's a lot of mountain backdrops. It's really scenic. And I think the beauty of it is because it's an upcoming destination, it's not going to be a 6-hour round. One of the perks is that we'll probably not have, you know, it'll not be a full start sheet. Whereas when I was looking at Turkey, because we've just come back obviously from Turkey, and I fancy going back actually to Sueno. I definitely want to do a trip there with you guys. We couldn't get a tee time. I mean, there would be before 7 o'clock or after 2 o'clock, and we'd have not got round at 2 o'clock, and at 7 o'clock we'd have been struggling to hit any balls or have any breakfast. And you know, if anybody does want to have a drinking evening, then you know it'd not been the best. So I was trying to sort of think about everyone and how we could make it work. So yeah, a little bit of a brief what we're doing, and that's pretty much it really. I'm going to put the details in the description. I've set up a Facebook group. We've got about 400 people in the group who are interested in golf breaks. It might not be this trip that you come on, but I'm going to be doing UK Sunday driver trips through summer. Probably stay in UK during summer. And then I'm going to, once we've sort of sorted this trip out, I'm going to start to schedule for the back end of the season and early next season. So if you can't make this trip, then definitely come over to Facebook, get in the group so you're in the loop with what's happening. Because I'm not probably going to be doing videos like this about every single trip that we're booking. But I will try to remind you in the videos to go over to the group and have a look what's coming up. But yeah, I hope some of you can make it. I know it's short notice, but honestly, like, if having been just come back from Turkey, I just don't want to wait until May to be playing warm golf again. And I couldn't plan it any sooner because obviously I wouldn't have been able to invite you guys if I'd have tried to plan it for February. So end of March is the last week we can go without the prices in flights rocketing, and probably the best quality golf we're going to get before they move up to summer prices. It is literally, if we went the week after, I think it jumps up £300, and then the flights are going to be like an extra 300. It was like 600 extra if we book the week after or something like that. So I think it's going to be cracking value, and yeah, I hope you can make it. I'll see you in a few days time, guys. Bye.